All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our call. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are around the world. I hope you're having an awesome day. My name's David Cutler, and I'm heading up the technology part of the company for Rewards Ripple Solution. This is our Saturday morning update call, which Paul will be joining me here shortly. But just basically, I'm going to go through a couple of things of where we're at. First of all, it's been a very slow week for us as in accomplishing or completing projects. So I don't want to go and tell you about some of the stuff we're working on right now because it's not all completed. But I want to give you a quick recap from last week where we're at and what we've got completed so far. Additionally, Paul's going to come in and kind of just say hi and good morning. Will be a short call today, also because it's Labor Day weekend. And I do apologize for those of you last week who had Labor Day in Europe. I didn't, to be honest with you, I just completely forgot. It's a week earlier in the US. So for those of you who had Labor Day last weekend, happy Labor Day weekend. And for those of you in the US and other parts of the world that have Labor Day today, happy Labor Day. So we will be on the call just for a few minutes. We will answer any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in. Maybe we'll be on here longer. So the big issue we've been working on, I think all of you are aware of, is that when we wrote the email program, the new one, which is actually very successful, we're very happy with it, and it's working very well. Unfortunately, it did not fit with the same code that we had on Avazu. So yes, this is a Ripple call, but we designed the email program so it would work with both. Unfortunately, the two different languages are not talking to each other correctly. 99% of it works, but there's that 1% that it doesn't. So we are in the process of redoing our email script so that it works. And then we're going to be moving it to a new server that will take everything and make it happen. We do hope that's going to happen. It could possibly happen this weekend, but to be honest with you, it's most probably going to happen during the week. Because of that, and knowing we're getting close, what we've been working on is basically the banner program. We know the banners are important to get out. It means that you guys can get some points, but we wanted to make our banner program a little bit more easier for the business that actually put the banners up. So we've been working on the banners. We've been testing this week, which will tie together with some of the emails. So it'll be like a landing page after the banners now. So when the banner comes up and it's a business banner, somebody goes to click on that, instead of it going over to where it used to go in Avazu, it would go over to your landing page, and then people hopefully would buy a ticket. Well, with Ripple, it's a little bit different. So what's going to happen is it's going to go over to the banner, and that banner is going to be a web page that the business owner can modify and change. It's going to be real simple. There'll be like a header and a footer, but they'll be able to go in and change the middle part of this banner, which will allow them to, or this landing page, not the banner, and it will allow them to go in and change their menu. So if it's a lunch menu, or if it's a gas station, they want to change the prices on it, they can just go in and paste and put it into it. And then they're going to be able to use a coupon to get discounts. So by clicking on the banner and then coming into their restaurant or whatever the establishment is, hotel, whatever it would be, they'll be able to click on this and receive an email to get 10%. So guys, we've been working on the banners this week because the other projects we really couldn't do a lot more. There's, it's an ongoing process. So we thought we'd try to tweak the banner program to make it a little bit more exciting. So the business owner really and truly will be in control. So once they've signed up and said, okay, you're going to post the banners, obviously the banners get posted to different social sites so people get points. However, we didn't want to leave it just there. We wanted to kind of create a little bit more. So this new step, what we're putting in, is taking the old landing page to a page now that they'll be able to interact in, change their menus. They can leave a standard one there, or they can change out, hey, lunch menu, dinner menu, hotel stays, 2-night stays, get third free, whatever they want to do in there. And then it will create an email using the new system, which will get them a coupon. So we're kind of happy where that's going. We should be most probably at the stage when we go live. When the email switches over to the new server, we should be able to go live with that. If we can do that, and knowing that the Magic game is live, we are most probably going to launch Ripple subject to attorney's advice and then pull the plug. And the reason we want to do that, guys, is we want to get points going in. Obviously, that Ripple is worried and concerned about our intellectual property, which is the game side of it. However, the match has been protected years ago, which is the game. and the banner is something that is new. That we're not too concerned about that. What we're trying to do is get open, get operational, get points going. And so, with a bit of luck, the banner's all sorted out next week with some approvals from some legal and Paul giving a green light. It's very possible in the next 2 to 3 weeks we could be up and going with the banners and the Magic game. Obviously, our goal is obviously getting the intellectual property back so that we can say yes and we can launch the NFL. NFL's first game is this Thursday. We've done as much as we can do at this stage now until we can actually go into that live environment game. Okay, well, even though over the preseason everything worked out good, it wasn't the best of the first one. Second game we got the bugs out. Third game it ran very smoothly. In fact, when I say third game, third week, by the third week we were multiplying in different games. The big thing was we wanted real live time. We wanted it as close as we could get. And there is a lag of about 6 to 8 seconds that will, from where a play is. So if you're watching on TV, obviously you can see the answer to your question. Have your say is what it's called. You're gonna see on TV the answer before you actually see it pop up inside. So right now we're good until we switch that into the live, and we can't switch that into the live environment until we get the green light that the intellectual property is done. So we've had a slow week, but at the same time we've worked on some new things that have been pretty good. I'm just checking here to make sure I've got my notes here. I'm looking to see if we have anything else. We haven't defined a corporate office. We talked to you about last week that we were going to go ahead and incorporate in the USA, and I know the attorneys already started to look at that. Maybe Paul could give a little bit more insight on that. Paul, can you come in? There you go. Thanks, brother. Paul, maybe you can give us. I don't think I know we've spoken to the attorneys, but I don't know if we went any further on that. Maybe you give us any other updates you got on your side. I know the terms and conditions are close, and once they get close, are we going to be able to go live with the website?
We're hoping that everything will be done and dusted. Again, we are our own worst enemies, because when we come up with new things, we then need to write the new T's and C's for it, and all the other ideas that come up, we need to make sure that, like you said, the IP is done, and a lot of moving parts at the minute, which is good because we're making progress, but bad at the same time because it takes time to get everything lined up and in place.
Can you maybe push to say that if we can get the match it live and get the banners live, and can we push to bring the website up live? Because what that would do is allow other people to start really pushing and signing up people. Can you maybe push this week and find out if, even though it won't, we can leave the other section, which is the gameplay. We can leave that saying coming soon or being announced soon or whatever. But if we could get up with just the website, what we can do is then allow people to do it. So if you could push this week with the attorneys, and then we can obviously have to update the T&C when the game goes live. But if you could see if you could do that, we could actually be up and going, and people could start getting points and signing up people.
Yeah, okay. I'll make that my main focus this week.
I've been looking down this list that we put together, beginning of the week, and I think, as far as I've got, is the corporate office. I know you're moving forward on the corporation papers, and I know why. I know, guys. One of the reasons it's delayed on the corporation papers. There's no point in doing it today if we're not ready to go today, and the corporation papers literally are done and up and going in 2 days. Your tax ID numbers issued in a couple of days. So within a week, you're completely established as a business here in the US. This is a little bit different because we've got to establish this as there's a potential reverse merger of a already public traded company, or obviously doing an ICPO. So it will take a little bit longer in a week, but we have not yet got the corporation established here in the US. But Paul, that's another thing that we most probably, once we go live with the website, we should most probably have that corporation in here. So maybe we can talk to the attorneys first part of the week and see if we can push that along.
Yeah, we also need to decide where we're going to open up the headquarters as well. That's the other thing that we have to make a decision on.
Yeah.
Not that we'll have the headquarters built, but we need to name a state, because, as you guys know, in the US, different states have different laws, and we need to make sure that whichever state we go to, we're following them laws. There's no point in us opening something up in Las Vegas, where Dave is, as the paperwork, and then deciding to have it over in Florida, because something might not match up. So yeah, it's fun. I'm glad it's not entirely my job to sort it all out. That's what the lawyers are for. They deal with it all, which is.
I think most probably these are a couple of things getting on the call with you this morning. I know we haven't spoken about this for a couple of days, but it's most probably important that we do maybe this week coming. Obviously, Labor Day weekend, so Tuesday's our first day back. Maybe we should put this as a bit of a priority, because if we can get an approval and pick that state where we're going to do it, and open up an administration office, then that will actually help with the website going live. It'll all be documented at the same time. So maybe we should push this as a little bit of an urgency next week, if you're okay with that.
Yeah. Again, we have to consult a few people to decide where we're going to open it up. Obviously, we want to not just put a pin in the map and say, right, we'll have it there. We need to make sure that there's going to be maybe not a building straight away, but there's going to be someone that can have a physical presence that's going to be able to oversee.
I think we're going to actually have to have the building, because we've got so many sponsors that are wanting to come in and meet with us, do a tabletop meeting. So we're most probably going to have to do that. So just thinking about it, and we brought it up this morning. I know we're having a conversation. There's people listening around the world, but we most probably need to really pick this up, because that's also going to count on some of the IP that's going to be required, I would think. So we better make that as a priority next week. All right, Paul, is there anything else you've got right now? I mean, I haven't got anything else, and I know it's only coming up to quarter after the hour. But I want to see if we got any questions, because literally we don't have a lot. It is Labor Day weekend. But is there anything else you can think of at the moment? I've addressed the banners of what we're doing there. Obviously, the email thing, we had to rewrite the script on that. I'm looking down here. I don't think there's anything else. The match it testing went really good. So that was, I'd already reported that to you and told you that was really good. Yep. We got a ton of videos done. I mean, I don't know how many they're up to, but there was an original goal of having 100, and I know they've increased it. Bill and Jason are doing really good on that. So we most probably need to start working on some of the sponsor videos now. But let me look, see if there's any questions. I don't know.
I don't think there is any. I just want to apologise to anyone that noticed last week that I didn't have my teeth in. the dentures. And I was just having them trimmed because they were rubbing on my gum. But I've got them back. I know Dave said people were getting in touch saying Paul didn't have his teeth in.
What it was the week before. You smiled at everybody, and I didn't recognize it because I've known you so long. And then I got this text message saying, Paul didn't have his teeth in this week. Yeah. So it was funny, but I'm glad you addressed that. Elias is out there. Hey guys, all around. I'm just looking. Keith's on. Obviously, Kempson, good to see you. I think you had Labor Day weekend last week. Jennifer, please enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Hawkeye, Mr. McKenzie, I hope you're good up in Canada, keeping warm. I think that's about it, guys. I mean, I really don't, we can sit here and answer questions, but you don't have any for us. And I don't want to waste your time. I enjoy talking to you guys, but we don't have a lot to talk about. But I don't see anything else at this stage, Paul. I think we've got everything.
No, we have.
Oh, Graham's on. Hey, Graham, I spoke to him this morning. He's got Cody, his dog, which Paul, you've met Cody. He's going in for some more work on his other hip and leg. So prayers for Cody. By the way, Sylvie's doing a lot better, guys. She should be back with us next week. We were hoping this week, but she's flying back home. They've got her inner ear problem fixed. So let's hope that Cody, which is Graham's dog, also is going to go through some stem cell and surgery, and hopefully he'll come through successful. So guys, I don't have any more for you. I mean, I really are up to it. I'm going to enjoy the weekend. I'm actually taking some time off this weekend. For those of you who are in the US, it is college football started today, so there will be a lot of football games going all weekend. Of course, NFL does start next Thursday night. It would be an absolute honor and privilege if we can get an approval to go live with you guys so you guys can play. At the moment, we've asked 2 or 3 times and we've been told that we need to just wait, we need to slow down and till they get the IP done. But apart from that, guys, I'm pretty good. I think we're done, Paul. I don't have anything else. I don't see any questions.
No.
Enjoy your time, Dave. Thank you, Elias, my brother. Daniel's on. Hey, Daniel. Cody prayers. That's good. All right, guys. Well, be blessed, every one of you. Love to all you and your families. We will see you next Saturday with hopefully a more in-depth. Again, what the goal is to get the banners going, the Magic game going, website live. Now we'll add in the corporation, hopefully, which will make everything on the front side. Remember, we're building the back end of the house. Now we're going to build the front side out. We're hoping to get that done, and then we can start planning. You guys can start getting some points. So we'll be pushing for that this next week. All right, Paul, thank you, brother. You can say thank you to everybody, and we'll close it down.
Thanks, everyone. God bless. Hope everyone has a good weekend. And, hopefully we'll have a lot of momentum this coming week, and we'll be able to give you much more of an update next weekend.
Yeah, and guys, if I miss any names over here, I mean, I just saw Bunny. Bunny, thank you very much. If I miss any of you, don't think I'm pinpointing anybody out. I'm not. It just I don't see everything what you guys see on the side. So and we have now started streaming again on all of them. So it's YouTube and X and whatever the other one is as well. But anyway, guys, have a great and safe weekend. For the rest of you around the world, enjoy your week. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next Saturday. God bless. Take care. Love it to all of you.